Bengals win, man. Back-to-back W's for the first time this year. The Cincinnati Bengals go into Cleveland and take out the Cleveland Browns 21-14. Should have been 21-6, but they scored a garbage time touchdown and a two-point conversion. But we recovered the onside kick, or Mike Gesicki did pretty easily. Solid win against an AFC North rival. You know, we haven't had a legitimate AFC North rival win since we beat the Ravens in 2022, and even in that game, I mean, they didn't have Lamar Jackson. So this was an important win for us. I mean, I know we did beat these guys last year in Week 18, but yeah, they had stuff locked up. Just like when they beat us in Week 17 in 2021, we had stuff locked up. So I mean, yeah, Geno Stone got hurt. Prayers up to him, man. That was a devastating injury, and especially in garbage time, man, you never want to see something like that. 100-yard kickoff return to open the game by Charlie Jones. Are you kidding me? I mean, that was amazing. That was the early control, and they just set the tone for the entire game. So you love to see that. It's like a weight off the shoulders when this team scores on the first possession, because it's like, okay, we finally have some breathing room. We're not letting other teams get in the way of us, early on in the game. And, up until that touchdown, which by Nick Chubb, I mean, they didn't play well up till that point, but in the second half, I mean, they rolled. So you love to see it, man. And I think that really set the tone for the defense as well. Gave them some rejuvenation, like, playing with a lead and everything. Really set them off to a great start. And what else can you ask for, right? But looking at receivers, man, how about that? How about Jamar Chase? His 6th touchdown of the year, and just the step over, it was amazing to see. I mean, it was over Greg Newsome, I believe, but T. Higgins as well. I mean, a 25-yard slant. If I'm not mistaken, that came after Sam Hubbard's, pick on Dorian Thompson. But that's something you want to see from this offense, and the way that they didn't get rolling in the first half, you wanted to see them in the second half, and I think you did see that. So you love the receiver play. It's amazing to see. In general, I mean, this is just, when this offense gets rolling, it's super fun to watch. And as a Bengals fan, it only adds to the suite. One thing I'll say about the Bengals, they didn't falter under Dorian Thompson. That's something that we've had a problem with, over the years. I mean, backup quarterbacks are not our strong suit. When they come in, it does not go well. I do want to say, though, I mean, Deshaun Watson, it sucks for, him. Obviously, I don't wish for anybody to get injured. And I do not like this guy at all. I'm not a fan of his one bit, but I do wish him a speedy recovery at the end of the day. I mean, you never want to see anyone get injured, but, I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of him at all for obvious reasons, but, still wish him nothing but the best, in terms of recovery. So, but I did like the Bengals, not faltering under Dorian, Thompson. That was something that you really wanted to see. Didn't falter under the pressure. You love to see it. That's what I want to see from, Bengals don't have a good history against backup quarterbacks, so this was key. Defensive-wise, man, Sam Hubbard, his first career pick. Sheldon Rankins, he came on in the first half, got to Watson early, and that really put a dent in their confidence and their momentum. They were trying to establish with Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson on offense and get the passing and running game going. Trey Hendrickson, I mean, he came along in the second half. First half, he also did what he had a sack, but second half, he really, turned up a level somehow. But congrats to Sam Hubbard, man. As a wise man once said on that return, that Tyler Huntley fumble, the Cincinnati kid. Love to see it, man. Born and raised in Cincinnati. Just love to see it. Cincinnati through and through. So very proud of him. Very proud of the defense in general, man. But yeah, like I said, Geno Stone getting hurt, it does suck. He collided with Von Bell there. Hope he can play again. But he's been decent the last two games. We really need him. But shout out to the defense, man. And no sacks allowed to Myles Garrett. That's huge. I mean, in the first half, they gave up that stretch where it was back-to-back sacks at the end of the first half, but offensive line still held strong. I mean, despite all the injuries, like Orlando Brown was out. Trent Brown's obviously gone for the season, but I hope Orlando Brown is healthy and everything. He said he was doubtful to return, but hopefully he heals by next week. But shout out to the offensive line. I mean, they gave Burrow some time. Some of those sacks I will fault Joe a little bit, just because he had a few seconds there to throw. There was one play where he had a dump off to Chase Brown open, but he just kept on stalling. So I do want to give a shout out to that offensive line and Joe Burrow, man, in general. I mean, Joe Burrow, I can just 108 quarterback rating. He's an incredible quarterback, man. I'm so happy that he's on our team. Just gotta move forward at this point. But we'll take a win however we can get it, man. I want to say this to the Browns, by the way. You guys say you own us. We've won 3 of the last 4. You guys will say, oh, but we had everything locked up in Week 18. Didn't we have everything locked up by Week 17 in 2021? But you guys still flexed about sweeping us when we went to the Super Bowl and won the AFC while you guys fell in last place. But we won 3 of the last 4, so don't give me the double standard. And just saying, All the years, all the continuous years of you guys saying we play in Kentucky, Cincinnati's in Kentucky, the reality is you don't even play in Cleveland anymore. So I hope you are happy with that. The Brooke Park Browns are talking crap about Cincy not being in, Ohio and everything. How ironic is it that they get moved out of Cleveland? Cool, congrats on your your new stadium, whatever. But good game, Brooke Park Browns. All the crap you talked, you don't even play in your own dang city anymore. So, just want to say, I know it's a suburb of Cleveland. I'm not saying it's in Antarctica or whatever. I'm just saying you're not in Cleveland, Ohio. You're in a suburb of Cleveland. So, we'll see you December 19th though. Good game to you guys. I don't like the Browns at all, so a win against them always feels good. Yeah, I can't stand the Browns. You guys saw my earlier video on that. So it always feels good to beat them. First win in Cleveland since 2017. That's an amazing record to kind of break. Kind of it as far as this game, but in general, man, Bengals are 3-4. They're on to Philly at home. Got to feel good about that. Coming home has to be a good feeling. Who Dey, as always. Let's get a win and let's just enjoy this one. Victory Monday is coming up. Yeah, Bengals beat the Browns. Always a good day. You guys take care. Have a good one. Who Dey.